So, my first suicide attempt was 4 years ago, and my second was probably around that time too. And the thing that I learned about depression and about having suicidal thoughts is that the people around you, I mean, I know that there are people who are supportive as well, but most of the people around you tell you that everything that you're going through is not a real issue, and that it's all just in your head and it's not real. You need to just get over yourself. That's what people try to imply or try to tell you whenever they're like, what's wrong, why are you so gloomy? And I'm like, I'm in depression, or I'm depressed, and people are like, oh my god, come on, you have so many blessings. No, I get the fact that there are so many people in the world that are so far off worse than we are, and that are facing so many different problems, and that are really going through actual real issues like hunger, and like they're facing the death of the loss of a loved one. I get that, I understand that, but I don't think that makes the pain of a person who is just depressed, even if he's depressed for no real reason, he's just going through this really tough time in his life. I don't think that the fact that there are more unfortunate people in the world makes the fact that there are people going through a depression any less relevant. I don't believe that pain can be compared. I don't think that there is any possible logical explanation over why you would say that, okay, this person lost one child and this person lost 3 children, so the person who lost one child does not have a right to mourn their child's death, or doesn't have a right to be sad because there is this other person who is going through much more pain than they are. So on that note, I just want to make a point that pain is not something that can be compared. Every time that I tell people that I'm depressed, they're like, this is not real. Everything that you are feeling is brought upon you by yourself. And I personally don't feel that it makes a difference. Like, for instance, take a person who is depressed because they're overweight. Like, depressed because they think they're overweight, and they're actually pretty skinny, but they think that they're overweight, and there are all these thoughts in their head that I'm not comfortable with my self-image, I'm not comfortable with the way I am, and they're crying themselves to sleep every night, and they're having panic attacks and anxiety attacks because they're thinking that I'm eating too much, or that I'm gaining too much weight. So I don't think it matters that they aren't actually gaining weight. They are getting upset. They are having panic attacks. They are having to cry themselves to sleep every night. So I do not think that it matters if it's in your head or not. It is an issue, whether it's a real issue or it's an issue that you have made up in your brain. It is still there, and it is still bothering you. It's taking over your whole existence. And I think that is something that everyone needs to understand about depression, that even most of the times, there is not really a reason that you're depressed, but you are, and that does not make it any less relevant. It does not mean that people can mock at you, or people can disregard your unhappiness.